All right, so if you guys are not aware, we have a very interesting development happening right now with Stop Killing Games. I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is that Stop Killing Games has officially surpassed 1.4 million signatures. That is great news, and I'm extremely happy to see that. And this was 10 days before the deadline of Stop Killing Games, so the movement behind that is exploding, and I'm sure Pirate Software is very, very happy about that. But something else comes with that level of success, right? Something else comes with that level of attention and notoriety. And that has to do with pushback. Basically, people trying to stop you from doing what you're doing. People trying to fight back against you who have a stake in trying to ensure that games continue to be killed off, right? Gee, I wonder who that could be. So we have an article here. It says, Stop Killing Games YouTuber says that someone's filing false claims against the EU initiative. Ross, Accursed Farm Scott, calls the latest attack a shot across the bow. So again, shout out to Accursed Farms on YouTube. They're the ones who created Stop Killing Games. And they're the ones that are giving us the update. So let's talk about it. The Stop Killing Games campaign has continued building momentum in recent weeks. And like we said, we have surpassed 1.4 million signatures, and we even got some politicians to sign it, which is hilarious. The EU petition Stop Destroying Video Games now has a real shot at forcing the issue with regulators over there. Though one of the campaign's biggest promoters now claims that someone is trying to derail the effort with false allegations against the petition. Someone was gunning for us, according to Ross from Accursed Farms. He says in a new video, this is a shot across the bow. So here's what he's detailing, and let's see exactly what's going on, because the funny thing is, all of this is happening from supposedly an unknown user, which makes it even more suspicious, right? Why is an unknown user trying to take down Stop Killing Games? It makes you very curious as to why that's going on. Gee, who could that unknown user be? He details a complaint sent to the EU Commission from an unknown user alleging that Stop Destroying Video Games EU petition violates disclosure rules, apparently. The complaint argues that while the petition states there are no sources of funding behind it, Scott's ongoing promotion of the petition essentially amounts to professional contributions from a foreign entity. So they are trying to desperately go through anything they possibly can to take this thing down. And it makes you wonder, why would you do that, right? Who out there would actually do that? It just makes you wonder, right? So all of this is happening and is apparently happening from an unknown user. And I didn't even realize that you can file a complaint or something with the EU Commission while also being unknown. It's just, I guess it's an anonymous kind of reporting. I'm not sure. But in any case, let's continue. So the 500 disclosure threshold is exceeded by approximately 125 to 295 times through Scott's undisclosed professional time contribution, representing potentially the largest single source of campaign support. The complaint alleges the concealment prevents informed citizen participation by misrepresenting the initiative as having no financial backing while substantially depending on foreign professional contributions. So you know what this sounds like? I'm just gonna put my tinfoil hat on right now, and I'm sure everybody else watching this is gonna put their tinfoil hat on right now as well. This complaint sounds like a lot of legal speak, ladies and gentlemen. It sounds like major companies, I don't know who, I'm not gonna name which companies, but it sounds like there might have been some companies that said, hey, let's sick our lawyers on this. Let's get one of our lawyers to submit a report to the EU under the guise of anonymity, and we are going to do this whole mumbo jumbo legal speak out there. It's pretty amazing. But in any case, let's continue reading this nonsense. The entire argument rests on trying to ballpark the value of Scott's time at between $55 and $85 an hour, and the amount of time at up to almost 2,000 hours. The result is a non-monetary contribution of anywhere from $73,000 to $170,000 in value. The complaint claims the estimates are based on his YouTube channel and an interview Scott did with PC Gamer, in which he said, I've been running a rickshaw carrying people to the destination. The complaint does not include an estimate for Scott's hourly rickshaw rate. It's always about the money. Isn't that amazing? This sounds awfully similar to another situation that we have heard about, where they constantly like to bring up money, right? Oh my God, somebody's making money trying to do something good. There's no way that should be allowed. So look at this complaint. This complaint has literal bullet points. Tell me a lawyer didn't make this, right? Tell me somebody who knows a lot of legal speak, who is trying to protect companies. Tell me a lawyer did not make this, right? Because I could sell you a fucking bridge if you truly believe that a lawyer did not actually make this entire ridiculous thing broken down by bullet points. And they even talk like a lawyer. Additional considerations. I mean, seriously. Throughout his latest video detailing the new twist in the ongoing Stop Killing Games saga, Scott tries to make clear that while he supports the EU petition, he's not one of the organizers behind it, and the overall movement is not a hive mind. The official organizers literally asked EU representatives if it was okay for me to assist them in the capacity that I've been back in spring of 2024, just to make sure everything was above board in case there was a problem or we needed to report anything Scott says. They said, what I've been doing is fine. We've been doing this by the book, guys. So, again, maybe this person didn't know that. Perhaps this person had no idea. I really don't know. But I think it's pretty hilarious to see all of this go down. And I think we need to continue pushing Stop Killing Games as much as humanly possible. It's unclear who is behind the anonymous complaint. It could be someone appealing on behalf of video game companies in Europe whose lobbying entity previously released a statement rejecting the petition's demands as too onerous and unworkable, or it could just be some random internet user with an axe to grind. There is no way that is a random internet user. I absolutely disagree. There is no way that this is a random internet user. This is somebody who has experience speaking on behalf of companies. Just based off of the way they put everything together, I refuse to believe that this is some random person. Maybe it could be, but I think we're talking like a 5% chance, maybe even less than that. But in any case, it could just be somebody with an axe to grind against Scott as players debate the Stop Killing Games movement's merits. But it was the decommissioning of Ubisoft's The Crew that originally kicked off the whole thing anyway, which makes you wonder, could this be Ubisoft allegedly? Just makes you wonder, right? Makes you wonder. Regardless, though, this is clearly a company that, I mean, just look at this, man. Look at this entire breakdown. This entire thing is clearly a someone who has experience either doing lawfare or working at a company of some kind. I really don't know. All I know is that this is extremely sus, and I think that this is not going to be the end of it. Stop Killing Games is something that is going to keep getting backlash, is going to keep getting hate, it's going to keep getting somebody to try to take it down. They're going to do everything they can to try to take it down. This won't be the end of it. And I guarantee you, we are going to see in the future that there is going to be more attempts at a takedown, either through TOS or through legal means. Somebody somewhere is going to try to take this shit down. And especially considering it's the EU, I feel like it's only a matter of time. So keep talking about it and let me know what you think in the comments down below about all of this nonsense regarding Stop Killing Games. Who do you think is the anonymous person that sent this entire list to the EU? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching the video. And if you enjoyed the content, consider hitting that subscribe and that like. And I'll see you guys on the next one.